Kept you waiting, huh? Yeah, it's been a few days. I'm going to try to not make that a habit, but been preoccupied, and mostly in a good way, although the family is making their last stand. But it'll be unsuccessful. Regardless, I've been getting some comments. People are missing my INFJ content. I've been more focused on the narcissism stuff because, it's been helping more people, and that's why I do this. But INFJs and introverts in general should pay attention to this one because I'm getting the question, why doesn't this work? Is this person trying to screw me over? Does this person not understand? And in essence, probably not trying to screw you over. Intentions are probably good, but no, they don't understand. What am I getting at? What I'm getting at is the societal norms do not apply to us introverts. Certainly not us INFJs, like none of them. But introverts in general must understand the obvious fact that we live in a world built for extroverts. We do. Oh yes, they are the majority and we are the minority. So, the societal norms that we're told to adapt to and fit into are built for somebody else, square peg, round hole kind of thing. So stop trying to force yourself to, fit those norms because they don't fit you unless you want to pretend to be someone you're not. And that would make you an actor because they pretend to be someone they're not and get paid for it. And it's still exhausting. But if you're going to do it for free, just drive yourself mad. So disregard them. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, introverts, because I'm going to speak to all of you this one. But, as always, keep in mind this is from a point of view of an INFJ, so it's going to be INFJ biased, and it's going to be demisexual biased. I don't think the witchcraft thing's going to come up in this one, but, it's always there. Anyway, how many of you, all of you, if you are watching this as an introvert, have been told to be more social, go out more? Why? Because that's normal. And you're supposed to fit in and be part of a group. But the funny thing is as introverts, we don't really like being part of groups. Not big groups anyway. Small groups. Depends on the group. You can find the right one. It's pretty awesome. But even small groups that we want to be a part of, we don't want to be a part of it all the time. As introverts, we need that alone time to recharge. Or at the very least, if you are an introvert who is fortunate enough to be in a real relationship, which are usually for us because, the whole introvert thing means we don't meet that many new people. And also a lot of, I don't know about a lot of introverts, but certainly INFJs, demisexual. So that whole casual thing, it's better than being alone. No. Nope. All or nothing. All or nothing. Like everything with us. Either we're all in or we're all out. Not interested at all, or we're going to give it our all. No middle ground. Yeah, INFJs aren't good at middle ground. If other introverts aren't good at middle ground, tell me. I know INFJs aren't. So, that whole socialization thing, and to force yourself to be more social when you don't want to be in situations or with groups of people that aren't really your kind of people, it's not going to help you be happier. Why? Well, because you're not going to find it fun. You're not going to enjoy the interaction, at least not for long. You can do it very short term to placate, the person whose intentions may be good. But if you do not make your exit, your Irish goodbye, which the INFJs are the masters at. I did a video of it, I think it was last year. It's been a while back, but it's there and you should watch it because I'll put it in the little card thingy. Give you some of my tricks of the trade with, Irish goodbyes. One quick one, because sidebars, we do sidebars here. Always, unless you're drinking, drive yourself to an event, and we're not, people in the cities don't pay attention to me, but for those of you in the suburbs, like if you get drugged to a family event, drive yourself. because then you can make your exit. Otherwise, you're at the mercy of somebody else. Probably an extrovert. You know, the type that take 45 minutes to say goodbye when you're ready to leave after 45 minutes, and by the time you finally convince them to do their goodbye, your head's ready to explode because small talk is exhausting and there's nobody there to have a deep conversation with, no one that you connect to on an, emotional or intellectual level. So it's madness. And they don't let you hide in the corner. Be more social, fit in. Ooh, thought I was being haunted there for a second. Childhood flashbacks. But, yes. So, forcing yourself to be more social in situations that don't appeal to you, you're going to find it exhausting. And then, if you are currently, as an introvert in a state of loneliness, because yes, introverts get lonely too. We get lonely and we miss having the right kind of people in our lives. I did a video on INFJ loneliness and how it's a paradox. We're walking paradoxes in pretty much every regard. A lot of things anyway. So, yeah. Introverted loneliness is not like extroverted loneliness. Introverted loneliness means like, why can't I find someone who gets me? Who, someone that I, as an introvert, can sit and talk to for 5 hours and have a deep conversation. Not, oh, here's a group of people talking about surface level stuff. They don't get me at all. This is all just, mindless chatter and interaction. It's like, this is painful. Good thing I planned my exit 5 minutes after I walked in the door. Ooh, yeah. It's gotten a little harder. I had to up my game, ever since 2016 when I quit smoking. In the old days, like, going out, gone, just gone. Ooh, it was so much easier back then. But, yeah, so introverts understand the societal norm of just put yourself out there and find a group. Doesn't apply. It can make you worse off in that regard, because when an introvert isn't happy, last thing we need is social interaction with people or at places that we don't like, because we recharge by alone time, or we recharge spending time with a single person that truly understands us, particularly if there's a romantic connection there. That can even be better than alone time. Why? Because you're actually enjoying that person's company. That person gets you, and you're like, holy shit, I found like somebody who gets me, who I'm also attracted to. This must have been like the blood, the magic of the blood moon or something. I told you I'd work witchcraft and those. But as opposed to what an extrovert will try to do, like, oh, you're lonely. Bro, she's hot. It's like, didn't she already date him, and him? Bro. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. But, and then, you placate the friend and make the 5 minutes of conversation. And if you're like me, the kind that, your friends pick out, you try to talk to somebody for 10 minutes, ever so trying to steer the conversation into different deep topics, only to be told at the end of it, yeah, I only understand about half of what you say. You wanna, for my OnlyFans page? It's like, no. And then, of course, bro, you throw more away than I can get. That's why I don't go out in Westchester anymore. Yes, yeah. Some college girl's hitting on you again. Yeah. But, as introverts, that's not going to fix the problem. It's going to make the problem worse. So don't worry about, what the extroverts are saying. That, oh, you need this. No, you don't. See, they don't understand how our minds work. So they're trying to fix the problem as if it was them in the problem. And it's not. And they only understand how their extroverted brain works because they recharge by being around people and being the center of attention and saying hi to everybody and being the life of the party. Getting scared just thinking about it. But, that's their thing, and let them do their thing. There's no problem with that. But there seems to be this common thing among extroverts is that they think, especially the extrovert, that they can make the introvert extroverted. And you can't. I have never seen a successful case. I challenge you to find one. But yeah, if you're an introvert, you're an introvert. Now, there's that gray area of ambiverts, which INFJs technically fall under, where it's like, oh, but you are under the right conditions. You can be social enough to almost seem like an you can be social enough in the right situations and be the life of the party and be the host and almost seem like an extrovert. True. But it's draining. See, it's where the extrovert in that situation is recharging. The INFJ, under the right conditions, can fill that role. But it's battery. And when it's drained, it's drained. And then we got to recharge. So there's that, paradigm to take into account too. So introverts, when your extroverted friends are saying you just need to get out there and find a group, it's not going to help you. I mean, you might stumble into the right one. I mean, there's got to be some chance, right? Coins do land on their edge. Another video you should watch, by the way. It's my favorite video I've made, and nobody watches it because it's too, esoteric and philosophical and eccentric. But I like it. But regardless, introverts, keep in mind when you're down, ideally, if possible, if you are fortunate enough to find a new presence in your life, someone who understands you, be it, a potential romantic connection or a platonic connection, that's great. That's not always an option, particularly depending on your situation, where you're at, and if you have the means to connect to somebody like that. But if you do, carpe diem, because that day don't come around very often for us. It's not like an extrovert where they can go to any bar anywhere and find at least one person that, they could sit to and talk to all night. Us, not so much. So, obviously do that. If not, think of your long-term goals. What is your end game? What are you working towards? Because good thing about us introverts is we are very forward-focused. We have an end game. We're not really live in the moment kind of people. So if your present is crap, then focus on things that you can do to get you to your future. I know, another video I'm going to mention is how a lot of INFJs become workaholics. It's like, nobody gets me. Nobody gets me. Nobody gets me. Nobody gets me. And there's nobody my type around the date. Work it is, and, you just throw yourself into your work, and then your work becomes your whole identity, and then if it gets taken away, then you're in the mother of all NITI loops. Not that I've been there more than once or anything, and they're fun to crawl out of. So, yeah, there's that. And be aware, introverts. Be aware that we play by a different set of rules, and you don't have to abide by the extroverts' rules. They don't apply to us. It's like, it's like being Jewish and being told you must abide by Catholic rules. They don't apply to you. The Jewish religion is the smaller group, but they have their own rules that work for them. It's the same with, introverts and extroverts. So don't despair, my fellow introverts. No, those are not rules you must confine. Those are not rules you must abide by. I know I said it a bunch of times. I'm drilling that in your head. That's why I keep repeating it. They don't apply to you, so don't worry about them. Do the things that can make you feel better, depending on why you don't feel so good, given the situation. And if a opportunity arises where you think, well, this could really make my life better, make sure you take it, because those don't come around too often for us. So there's that. But keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with you. You are just different than the extrovert. The extrovert may not understand that. But you do not have to become them. In fact, you can't. become them. I know these things. So I hope that was helpful to answer that question. Please like and subscribe, comment below, call me out if you think I'm full of it, and follow me on Instagram because it helps my modeling career, because social media is oh so important, and nobody told me that until I jumped back into this. And it doesn't cost you anything, damn it. Anyway, watch my other videos. I mentioned a bunch of them. They deserve a watch, especially my Being the Edge of the Coin video. Watch it.